So I like when they put an important disclaimer on the back of a label. See, look right there. It says important. You see that? I'm going to read this to you guys. Listen up. Some individuals may experience a harmless tingling sensation. What's happening, guys? Hope your day is going well. We know what that is. It's a beta alanine. I'll let you guys know how harmless it really is. So today, we're going to review Transparent Labs Bulk Black. They sent me both their pre-workouts to review for you guys. Very, very nice of them. So here it is. And we're going to go over the ingredients so you know what you put in your body. We'll go over the effects on this bad boy. If you're new to the channel, you like stuff like that, hit the subscribe button. Love to have you along for the ride. So jumping right into this, getting the flavor out of the way, it's a blue raspberry. And just so you know, it was darn good. It was good. You're not going to have any problems with it. It wasn't fantastic. So don't say, I didn't say it was fantastic. I just said it was good. No gagging, no nothing. You don't taste a lot of the ingredients. It's a stacked formula. So they did a really good job on masking it here. Very, very good. So I'll put the ingredient profile right in front of me. We got 1 scoop, 30 servings. When do we see that? I don't see that too often. And I do a lot of these reviews, 20, 25, or 2 scoops, you know. So this is a 1 scoop, 30 servings, 21.1 grams. And just so you know, a flat level pack scoop is about 22.9 grams. So it's a little bit over, but I took this for you guys at 23 grams, and I took it at the 21, right around 21 grams. And I really noticed no difference. So it's your choice to throw it on a scale or not, but I didn't notice any difference in cognitive function, focus, energy, stimulate and reflect, nothing like that. It was just basically the same. So jumping down into the ingredients here, we got some vitamins here. We got vitamin D3, 75 micrograms. This is going to help with immunity. It helps with hormone production, bone health, muscle growth, and also regulating muscle contractions in the body. So not bad. Then we got vitamin B6 at 5 milligrams. This is a cofactor to neurotransmitters, the catecholamines in the brain, which is dopamine, norepinephrine, and epinephrine. This also helps and assists in protein metabolism by aiding in the manufacturing of amino acids. Then we have B12 at 250 micrograms. This is for carbohydrate and fat metabolism, energy production in the body. Then we have sodium at 150 milligrams. Sodium helps with sending signals and messages across muscle fibers to trigger the release of calcium ions during your contraction. Then we have potassium at 100 milligrams. This is another signaling mechanism across the muscle fibers to initiate the contraction itself. So not bad. I like the little profile there. And then we got some citrulline malate 2-to-1 ratio, 8 grams. So that's not bad. 8 grams is going to give us about 6 grams of L-citrulline for vasodilation pumps, blood flow, oxygen delivery, nutrient delivery to the muscle cells, energy production as well, because we need oxygen for ATP. And the malic acid is going to be used in the Krebs cycle to produce more ATP for firing those muscles in the gym. Then we have beta alanine at 4 grams. This is a lactic acid and hydrogen buffer. So this turns into carnosine in the body, which helps buffer hydrogen and some lactic acid or metabolites, however you want to put it, so you can push out more reps and more sets in the gym. Then we have betaine anhydrous at beta pure, 2.5 grams. So that's a trademark ingredient there. I like to see trademarks because they're pure. They're pure sources. So this is going to help with endurance and power output in the gym because it helps with cell hydration. This also helps with a little bit with the creatine production in the body by helping to produce more phosphocreatine. So when ATP starts to drop, this could step in and actually provide more energy during training. So it's a very beneficial ingredient. It's also got some nice health benefits to it for the liver enzymes, and also an internal health benefit to it because it's a methyl donor and an osmolite. Then we have taurine at 1,300 milligrams. I love taurine. I've always said this in my workouts. This is a conditional amino acid. It's found abundant in the body. I think it's in the brain, the eyes, the spinal cord. And this is a super antioxidant. And what this does, how the body uses taurine and when it produces it is one function, I didn't cuss. One function is to regulate water and hydration in the cells. So if the body needs more hydration, it will promote more water to enter the cell. If it needs less hydration, it will remove the water. So it balances it out. So it helps with endurance in the gym. It also has some cognitive function benefits as well. Some GDA benefits as far as delivering glucose to the muscle cells. So it will drop glucose, deliver it to the cells to be used as ATP for energy. Also has some vasodilation benefits to it. All those benefits there just in turn add to increased energy in the gym and recovery. Then we have L-tyrosine at 1 gram. This increases the catecholamines, dopamine, norepinephrine, and epinephrine in the brain for cognitive function, focus, and mood. It also has some benefits with an underactive thyroid by regulating the thyroid function if you have an underactive thyroid. Then we have alpha GPC, alpha size, trademark ingredient, 300 milligrams. This is a precursor to the neurotransmitter acetylcholine, which helps with communications between neurons. It also has some other health benefits because it's a powerful antioxidant and it removes leads and heavy metals in the brain that could cause inflammation in the brain, which could cause problems. It also helps in the cerebral cortex with behavior, learning, mood, and planning. So very good ingredient, very healthy ingredient. Then we have caffeine anhydrous, 275 milligrams. This blocks adenosine, which actually boosts up your energy. It blocks 2 receptors in the heart and the brain because there's a total of 4 of them in your body, I believe. There might be more, but I'm pretty sure there's only 4. But this blocks the heart and the brain, which helps speed up an adrenaline kick, an epinephrine response. It helps with cognitive function and focus as well by increasing brain-derived neurotrophic factor and also some other neurotransmitters in the body, hitting the central nervous system and wakes your ass up. So there you go. Then we got L-theanine at 200 milligrams. This blocks N-methyl D-ascorbate in the brain, the receptors. It blocks those receptors which secrete glutamate, which is our excitability neurotransmitter. So when it does this, it dials you down. It also increases alpha brain waves, which again also dials you down. So it's supposed to give you kind of a relaxed thought process. So more of a thinking man's ingredient where you just want to dial and you want to think and focus. There's a lot of other processes in the body. I was going to say benefits. I don't personally like it that much. It's a love or hate ingredient with it. I deal with it because I do these reviews, but it has a lot of other processes with the brain by increasing dopamine, increases nerve growth factor, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, and there are some studies on it possibly increasing serotonin, which is kind of feel-good hormone in the body, but it's kind of conflicted. It's a hit and miss on the studies. It's like half say it is and half say it doesn't. So moving on. Theobromine, 50 milligrams. This is a central nervous system hitter. So this is going to help with some energy production. And this is also going to help with vasodilation because it limits the release of cyclic AMP and cyclic GMP, which are in charge of vasodilation in the body and smooth muscle contraction and relaxation. By blocking an enzyme phosphodiesterase. So it inhibits this enzyme, it helps with vasodilation, blood flow, energy production in the body, because when you start limiting the effects of cyclic AMP and cyclic GMP, there's other processes, other things that happen in your body. You get a diuretic effect. Also has some neurocognitive function effects because when it does create that vasodilation, it crosses the blood-brain barrier and increases blood flow in certain regions of the brain for cognitive function and focus. Then we have estrogen at 50 milligrams. This is to bring it all together in a digestive ingredient. Then we Infinergy at 30 milligrams, a little low dose. I can't even tell you, it's 75%. I don't even know what 75% is off the top of my head. So we have what do we have in here? We got 275, so 280, 85 milligrams of caffeine in this thing. It's a slow-acting caffeine, super low dose, but it's supposed to help you kind of dial off of pre-workouts. It slowly dials down. 40% of this 30 milligrams is going to kick right when the caffeine anhydrous does, and the other 60% is going to dial off for 4 to 6 hours in your body to help you dial down off a pre-workout. Then we have boron at 3 milligrams. So this is an ingredient that helps with inflammatory markers when you dose it at 10 milligrams. So we do get this in our diet. So this is just throwing a little extra into your body. So at 10 milligrams, it helps with inflammatory markers. It helps with vitamin D3 functions in the body. So that's going to have with hormone functions. It's going to have with bone health. It's going to have with muscle growth. And it also has a few studies in that range of 6 to 10 milligrams that it could increase testosterone and free testosterone and lower estradiol, which is estrogen in the body. So enough with that. Bulk Black, how did it do? So you take the scoop, beta-alanine comes in about 5 minutes. And I had to look at the label on this thing if there was any niacin in this sucker, because when it came in on me in 5-6 minutes, it hit me right in the face It was that niacin face hit, it felt like. And there's no niacin in this thing. So it's a well-sourced beta alanine that they put in this thing. And it lasts, it peaks. So kind of 5 minutes, 10 minutes is when it peaks. And then it drops off another 10, 15 minutes. It doesn't stay for a long period of time. And then about 30 minutes is when you start feeling a cognitive function and focus, just like most of the pre's out there. Nothing crazy, nothing special about the way it came in. It's very, very smooth. It drops in. The cognitive function, focus, and energy actually build together, and they peak together right around 50, 55 minutes. And then you have, at 50, 55 minutes, you have an energy kick that is close to, feels like 300 milligrams of caffeine. So the way this comes in with the theobromine added, it has that 300 milligram caffeine little backbone as far as physical energy to it, but it's small. It's 300 milligram backbone. So if you're sensitive to caffeine, you may feel a little bit more, so it might hit you pretty good, and you might get like some crazy physical energy out of this. But if you're someone like myself who does a lot of pre-workouts, and I do 400 milligrams on a minimum of caffeine every day, 300 milligrams is just, I felt that kind of physical backbone to it that was nice and smooth, great for a daily driver. It lasted, I'd say, for a good hour and a half with the little physical backbone until it starts to dial down, and then pretty much you don't feel stimulated, but of course you are for a while. Your central nervous system is going to be hit for a little while, and that dicaffeine malate, it's a small amount, but it helps you dial off of this thing very, very well. You get no crashing on this thing whatsoever. The L-theanine hit, the cognitive function and focus comes in very, very smooth. I like the in your head, dialed in, and blinders on type training hit that it gives. The L-theanine is really good at blocking distractions, visual distractions. So once you get an L-theanine hit, it allows you to focus because it limits your response to visual distractions. That was one of the studies that they did, to where people were more dialed in and things would be going around them, and they wouldn't be distracted away from their focus. So that's what L-theanine does. Very, very good. The alpha GPC comes in really good. Cognitive function, concentration is really good, but it's not super, super high. It is just enough at a medium level, and it lasts through the whole training session. So it's gonna couple with the caffeine very well, and you'll have it for about 2 hours after. So probably about a total of 4 hours. And once again, you dial off of it really smooth, and you're left with that low anxiety, low demeanor, dial back feeling, the alpha brainwave hit pretty much for the rest of the freaking day. Because L-theanine, once it goes in you, you're pretty much dialed down all day freaking long. So if you like that, it's a great sets and reps type pre-workout, bodybuilder style pre-workout. Going in there, doing your sets, doing your reps, getting shit done, and leaving. And it does very well at that. Pumps on this thing are nice and tight. So they're tight and veiny. I've had better, but it lasts for a good tight 2 hours. And if you're already lean and you do have some vascularity coming out, you will notice at times during your training some vascularity popping out. And the tightness will stick with you for a little bit afterwards. It's not like super, super pumped. Like there's not like a whole lot of citrulline. There's not a whole lot of pump ingredients, but it does the job as far as an all-around hitter. So if somebody's looking for a decent amount of pumps, a decent amount of energy, a decent amount of focus, and they don't mind that dial back, laid back, concentration, focus, drive for the day and drive during a workout, then this is a pre-workout for you. It did a really good job at designing it for what they were designing it for. So I can't think of anything else that I could talk about on this. Yeah, I think that's it. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Once again, Bulk Black by Transparent Labs. We'll see you guys next time on the channel.